Good evening. A Nanaimo pulp mill's tax bill is getting larger by the day. Harmac, which is owned by Nanaimo Forest Products, a group of local investors and workers, is refusing to pay its share of municipal taxes while they appeal to the BC Assessment Authority. Now, the city has imposed interest and penalties, but neither party seems to be too concerned about how and when the taxes will be paid. A News Mid-Island Bureau Chief Jonathan Bartlett has the story. He's live in Nanaimo tonight. Jonathan?
Eric, at issue is the assessed value of the land the mill sits on. Harmac says they are being unfairly taxed on it, and as of January 1st, the city is penalizing them for missed deadlines. Nanaimo's Harmac Mill is the city's second biggest taxpayer, but at the moment, all those tax dollars are not ending up in the city's coffers.
It is a bit of a challenge, of course, and I mean, we're facing cash shortages as most businesses are.
The Harmac pulp mill, owned by a worker-led investor group, is going full tilt. It's a success story unique in the mostly depressed forest industry. But the city of Nanaimo is still waiting for their tax bill to be paid. Almost $3 million was due back in July. The new owners of Harmac have taken issue with the property taxes they are expected to pay, based on the assessed value of the 250-acre property the mill stands on.
We purchased the mill for $13.2 million from the receiver last year, and that included 1,300 acres of land. It included the mill, it included all the inventory, which includes your mill stores, your chip piles, all your heavy equipment, for $13.2. Now we're being told that 250 of those acres are assessed at $17 million, and something there doesn't jive.
But their tax bill is now getting bigger. As of January 1st, the city of Nanaimo began charging interest, 5% daily on outstanding taxes. The city is also adding a $200,000 penalty for missing 2 tax deadlines.
Basically, there's 2 choices. They could pay the tax money up front and then wait for the appeal to come back and either get a refund, or they can do as they may have chosen to do and wait for the appeal, pay the penalties, and then see what happens.
I think we have a very solid case. When you look at the numbers and you see what the fair market value was for that mill and that land, and there was no other bids coming in higher, and when you look at singling out just 250 of those 1,300 acres and assessing it at $17 million, when you paid $13.2 for the whole kit and caboodle, I think that there's a solid case there, and that's why we're taking these steps.
The mayor of Nanaimo says this is clearly a different battle being fought than the one with other island communities and catalyst-owned mills, and he expects Harmac will eventually pay.
Harmac has never come to us and said, we're not paying, whereas I would suggest that the mills in some of these communities have said that, and as a result, there's been litigation back and forth. We don't see that as a possibility in Nanaimo.
But if Harmac is successful in their assessment appeal, the city of Nanaimo stands to lose about $550,000 in annual revenue. Final submissions in the appeal are expected to be presented to the province's Property Assessment Appeal Board from both the city of Nanaimo and Harmac, Nanaimo Forest Products, on February 12th. Eric?
Jonathan Bartlett in Nanaimo. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.